now a different mood and some very different sounds. In fact, the sound of these instruments usually helps to create a feeling of expectancy. Handel called these instruments the national instruments of England. I went to see a group of people who play them in Sussex. Now, what impressed me most was how hard they had to concentrate, and also the almost ritualistic formality that they had even in their practice. Here they are. Well, they're climbing up, in fact, to the place where they practice and they play. They're tower bell ringers. That's a rule I rather liked.
Robin, would you ring the treble, please? And Richard, 2. Jeremy, the 3. Margaret on the 4. Neil on the 5. Michael and Russell.
All ready? Look 2. Treble's going. She's gone.
That means the pattern's going to change, pattern of the notes. Can you hear? It's usually easiest to hang on to the lowest bell, the tenor bell, because that always ends the run of notes. But you probably recognize George Francis on the film there. In fact, George is the tower captain, and it all looked incredibly complicated. How on earth do you actually keep together?
Well, it's a matter of watching the other ropes very keenly, listening very intently, and also a lot of anticipation.
Yes, absolutely. And you actually have your own sort of music, don't you? I mean, it's not music as we know it. That's it, isn't it?
Right.
Lots of numbers.
Yes.
Can you explain something about them? I mean, the orders and things.
Yes, well, this is a relatively elementary method of producing the changes, and as in all methods, pairs of bells change places. For instance, 1 and 2 start off one after the other, and there they change over and ring in the order 2-1, and 4 and 5 change there. So it's pairs of bells changing throughout.
How long does it actually take to learn the changes?
It does vary a great deal, but I suppose it takes most ringers a year or so to master changes with any degree of skill.
Robin, you're the tower keeper, and you really do love bells, don't you?
Yes, looking after them as well, greasing and checking them all over for ropes as well. Make sure there's no wears that wear down through the holes in the ceilings that we go through.
And do you feel that they have any sort of special character, bells? I mean, does each one have a different character?
In so much that most of them contain an inscription or the cast in into the bell, and these are pretty well different. Well, they are different on each bell.
Can you give me the names of some of them in Warnham, in fact, where you come from?
Well, the treble, that is Little Joey, and there's on the number 2 bell is Wilfred. And perhaps an interesting one is the number 5 bell, which has got all of the 14 ringers inscribed onto the bell that were actually ringing in 1897 when the bells were recast.
Well, Warnham's interest in bells doesn't just end with tower bell ringing. In fact, they have 2 teams of handbell ringers. And both of them are in the audience, actually, at the moment. There's a younger team over here who are Wealden bells. And could you play us your piece? Is it Danny Boy? Yes. All right, this is Danny Boy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. And in fact, you're going to help us with this next audience item. All right, now we're all going to be ringing bells, only you're going to be doing it on the chime bars that you have with you there, and you're going to be ringing some changes as well. Can you pick your chime bars up, please, and put them on your knees? Splendid. Now, in fact, they're numbered from 8 to 1, like proper bells are. And you've got some music, in fact, some boards to read your numbers off. And I've got a box thingy here, which when I press a particular number, a corresponding number will light up on the board. So that's all you've got to do. Watch for the light and play your note when you see it come up. Let's have a test. All right. Well done. I actually pressed a few buttons I didn't mean to there, and you all followed me faithfully. Let's try ringing some changes now. This is a tune. You don't know what it is, but we'll just see how you get on. If at home you've got something you can bash, like a saucepan or something, you could select a number and join in with us. Here we go then. Ready? I'll try this a bit quick. It may work. All right. And concentration is simply killing me. Did any of you recognize what tune that might have been? Someone did actually shout it out. Scotland the Brave. Well, actually, it's quite hard to recognize the tune if you're thinking about your notes, isn't it? Well, now we know it's Scotland the Brave, we might be able to get along at a bit slightly faster pace. Ready? 8. And. It's like lots of doorbells, isn't it? Come in, come in. Now the bit we rehearsed, our grand finale. Ready? 1, 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 1. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Well, if you found concentrating on one bell note fairly complicated, imagine what it would be like concentrating on 12. And in fact, that's what happens in this next piece. And the piece is called Clapper Rock, and it's going to be rung by the Warnham handbell consort. Here they are. And they're led by their conductor, John Vinyl.